presenter.
Sure, sure. Hello, kids. It has been really nice day. How are you all doing?
Nice.
Oh, don't call me sir. My name is Sumit. You can call me Sumit, right? Or uncle, whatever suits best to you. No worries for that. Right. Okay. Let me know in case you guys are able to see my slide.
Yes, we can see your
Yes,
slide.
Not
yes,
yet,
so
sir.
much
See your
answer.
slide.
All right, great. What is oil and gas? Anyone knows about it? Because today's sessions is all about oil and gas. So, anyone know what is oil and gas?
I think so. I know.
Please tell me.
So, so oil is used to combust something so that we can make energy.
Very good. Very good. Who else?
Uh, it's used to power vehicles and planes.
Okay.
It's used
Yeah.
to
Also,
power
used and gas is used in cooking. It's used for
It's taken
cooking
out
cylinders.
down the oil.
It's used in
Sir, it's used
lubrication.
sir, it's used to cook food.
Oil is also
Sir,
oil is used in lubrication. Oil is used in
cars to move oil
vehicles.
used as a lubricant.
Oil is
Yep.
used in planes to make them fly.
Yeah. All of you are absolutely right. So oil, as you see, is a fossil fuel, right? What is fossil fuel? Anything, any carbon form for plant and animal, which when get decays and is buried within earth for millions and millions of years, become oil or gas, right? So in the picture, if you see, this is a life cycle. These are plants, animals. When they die, when they decay, after like hundreds, thousands of years,
They
they
turn into
they
fossils.
yeah, they become fossil, and that is how this fossil becomes fossil fuel, which is later on extracted as petroleum or gases, right? So
Yes.
what are various forms of examples of fossil fuel or oil and gas?
Diesel, petrol.
Diesel,
Right. So
petrol,
petroleum
coal,
products,
coal.
diesel, coal, diamonds, and natural gases. Very good. You guys are very intelligent, right? Yep. Okay, great. Now we'll move forward, right? Now tell me, what are the uses of fossil fuels? This I have written, but you guys tell me, what are the uses of
They're
fossil
used
fuels?
to lubricate. They're used for vehicles. They're used.
Right. So petrol can be used in vehicles, right? The second usage is it can be used to generate electricity. It is the cheapest form of generation of electricity. Third is it can be used to make roads. When you see that those oil tankers on the road, the material inside that is used for making roads is called bitumen. That comes from oil, crude oil, right? And last, it can be used in industries. Coal can be used in industries, right? Coal is also a form of carbon, oil and gas, so it can be used in industries. Now, who will tell me what are the disadvantages of fossil fuel?
Can I?
Yeah,
They create a lot of air pollution,
yes, right. What
and
else?
the non-renewable energy sources.
They are non-renewable because
They
they
are
can
not
run
renewable.
out. They're
Like once
non-renewable.
it's used, it can't be
That's why the
renewable.
prices are very high.
Right, right. So all of you are right. So first disadvantage is that it creates a lot of pollution. Second, the plastic that we use is really polluting all our environment. Right? Plastic comes from oil and gas. Third, the oil and gas stocks are limited. The reserves are finite. Once it is over, we will not have any form of fossil fuel available with us. Correct? So we should be using it very judiciously. We should not be wasting any oil and gas or using it unnecessary, right? Now I'll quickly go through this that how oil is extracted. So I'm sure many students must be interested to know how this oil is extracted. So if you see these are ships. and these are machines. From underground or in the sea, these ships goes, or from ground, the engineers, they go ahead.
They mine sometimes.
They mine somewhere. Very good. They drill inside, deep inside, and they then on the sea, the ship goes within the sea, and then long pipes are mined inside, and then oil is extracted from underground, right? And then it is being sent to refinery. Refinery is a place where oil is brought, it is washed, cleaned, and then it is being sent to a storage area, right? So first it is extracted, then it is refined, then it is being transported in these tanker trucks, and then finally it goes to a station where you see that people are filling petrol in your father's car or in your mother's car, right? You have seen this and end to end how this happens.
Yes.
Right, good, good, very good students. Now, who will tell me, apart from petrol and diesel, what else we can produce from oil?
Electricity.
Cooking oil.
Yeah, yeah, not cooking oil. Cooking oil comes from natural sources, not from oil and gas. But on the right hand side, you see I have put a picture, right? So not everything we see like diesel, petrol, or coal is coming from oil and gas. Apart from that, we get a lot other things from oil and gas. Like we get plastic, you get pipes, tires, your toys are being made,
No one like
shoes are being made,
plastic should be.
umbrellas are being made. If you see, right, and the laptop that you use, the material, the frame of the laptop, the frame of your television, all those are made from your oil and gas byproducts. Your lipsticks, your jelly that you have at your home, the cream that you use, all are part of your oil and gas. So it has a multi usage in many industries, right? Right. All these are form of carbon. Oil and gas is pretty much form of carbon. The CDs that you use and many more. Like wherever you think carbon can be used, the raw material is oil and gas. Right? Any questions from anyone? You see, so how much usage apart from petrol and diesel we have from oil and gas, right? So there is a multi-usage of oil and gas, and that is why we should be using the crude oil or the oil or the gases. We should not be wasting anything. Correct? I'll move forward. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so do you use like the ancient organism like dinosaurs to make them?
No, no, dear, we don't use dinosaurs to make them. But what happened when dinosaurs died millions of years ago? They decayed. And if you see, if this was a dinosaur, it decayed. And once it decayed, it was buried deep inside Earth. And after a lot of millions of years, it became oil and gas.
Okay, so some remain to be fossils.
Some remained to be fossils, some became oil and gas.
Okay.
Right?
Thank
And
you.
that is how you see a lot of fossils are coming up, correct? So all the plants, all the animals, all the human living being, when they die, and after millions and millions and millions of years, they are buried deep down the earth with pressure, they become oil.
Okay. Okay,
Right?
Sumit uncle. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Good, good, good. Good question. So next time,
Thank
whenever
you.
you guys are using any plastic toys, or you're wearing shoes, or you're taking lipstick from your mother's cupboard, or you're using any perfume, right? Remember that all of these products, most of these products are coming from oil and gas industry. They are called byproducts of petrol or petroleum. They are petroleum byproducts pretty much, right? So most of the plastic, most of your day in day out activities that we do come from as a byproduct of oil and gas. It is not just diesel, petrol, or jet fuel. It's much more than that, right? Okay, we will move ahead quickly. Now you see, I have put in some of the real pictures and machines which are used in oil and gas. Now, this picture that you see out here, these are the machines which run 24/7, and it keeps on rotating so that the oil keep on coming from underground, right? So all the engineers who are equipped to do this job, they handle these machines so that the oil keep on coming within the ground. This one that you see, these two pictures, these are the platforms which are built on the sea, right? Now, I had told you that oil can be extracted underground, right? Underground could be that within the sea, under the sea. So humans have made platform on the sea, and let me quickly show you. I'll show you guys. So if you see this picture, I'll quickly enlarge this picture, right? So if you see, these are ships, right? And these are the platform. From ships, there are wires going down. You see? You're able to see this, right? And these are the machines in the sea which are placed. And continuously from these pipes, the oil keep on coming out here. And finally from here, it is transported to the ship or to the platforms on the sea. Right? You got it? Any questions on this one?
Oh, yeah, yes, uncle. So, how are they built? So, like
How are they built? This is a good question. How are they built? So if you see these humans who are working out here, they first of all go in the ship and they build big platforms like this. I'll quickly show you. These platforms are being built like this. So via ship, once they go, they build these kind of platform on the sea using a lot of machines, right? A lot of concrete, lot of machines, and slowly it takes 10 years, 20 years, 30 years to build these kind of platform. And once the platform is built, the picture is not very clear. These pipes that you see, in between there are pipes that go down. Through these pipes, they will extract oil. Right? It is a very complex process. It's not easy process. But there is some human or some engineer who is helping to do it. Right? You see, like let me if you see these guys, what these guys are doing, these guys are inserting a pipe, if you see, right? So these guys are inserting a pipe deep down the earth or the sea so that once it is inserted, the oil comes through these pipes.
sir?
Yes?
So, if they build the platforms inside the sea and the machines are extracting the oil from under the sea, so won't they rust?
Yes, this is a good question. They will rust. So that is why there is a continuous maintenance which is required. So I'll give you example. Something goes wrong in your house. Let's say your almirah is not working. Your parents ask for a carpenter, right, to fix that almirah, right? Similarly, if something goes wrong in the platform, there are engineers who are there to repair it 24/7. They are there all day, all night, and if something goes wrong, immediately they come on work and repair it. Right? All the rust, wherever the rust happens, they will go ahead and repair the pipe or remove the pipe. So that activity goes on all the year, entire day, entire month. Someone is there to take care of those things.
And also one more thing, sir.
Mhm.
So inside the machines there will be some machinery. So because of the saline water, won't the machinery get damaged?
Yes, it also get damaged, but these are very highly sensitive equipment made to work in the saline environment, right? Now, these are materials which have a life of 20, 30, 40, 50 years. But still, if the machine gets damaged, there are folks, there are employees, there are engineers who are there to take care of those machines. Immediately, the machines are replaced. But these machines are made of certain material which does not get rust easily.
Sir, and one more thing. So, do these machines harm the wildlife inside the sea, or They don't, because there are some plants that live on the
Yeah,
beach
this is
side.
very good question. Right. So definitely these machines harm wildlife. We cannot say that this does not harm wildlife, but generally these machines are placed in the areas where there is very limited life, very limited sea life, right? So engineers do take care of environment, and that is a moral responsibility, social responsibility. So whenever they do a survey, they try to make sure that all the marine life is removed from that area and placed somewhere else. And they also try to make sure that with the machines those are being used, the marine life is limited impacted, right? But yes, 5% marine life is impacted.
Okay, sir.
Mhm. Yeah. Good questions, kids. I'm really happy to see that you all are asking so many questions. Yeah. Any other questions from anyone? Okay. So if you see in this slide, these once the oil is stored in these machines, they are transported using these long pipes. If you go in certain cities like Vadodara in India or Bombay or in Noida, you will see these long pipes. I don't know if you have seen, but these are the long pipes, and in this pipe, all the oil is being transported. Oil is also transported in these trucks. These trucks you must have seen on the roads of Bangalore, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ah, very good. And then finally, this is a gas station or a petrol station through which we get petrol and diesel. Now, again, petrol and diesel is just one form. There are a lot of forms of oil that is available. One is jet oil, ship oil. You put in scooters, they put what they do call lubricants. So all these are a form of oil, right? So once a crude oil is extracted, it is divided into various forms, and that is how we see diesel, petrol, gas, lubricants, and all these byproducts that I showed you before.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yeah.
What if we put jet oil in car? Then what happens?
Yes. So if you put what? Okay, I'll ask this question. Tell me, what if you are asked to eat your dinner in breakfast? What will happen?
Our tummy will get heavy.
Yeah, tummy will get heavy, right? So the same way, if jet fuel is put in car, your car engine will not work because the car engine is designed for petrol or diesel. Jet fuel has a different density and combustible level. So accordingly, jet fuel can only be used in jets, not in car or trucks or any other vehicle.
Uncle, how are the oil produced in Gulf countries?
Right, good question. So I don't know if I put something, but yeah, if you see, these are the oil farms entire in the across the world, right? So these are Gulf countries that you see in between, correct? Now
Yes.
it is extracted in the same way that engineers go. They drill they drill the ground deep inside, almost like 200, 300, 400 feet down. The pipe is being sent, and then from there they use machines to extract oil. Using some machines, they pull out oil in Saudi, in UK, in US, and in Africa. So the major sources of oil comes from Saudi, USA, UK, Philippines, an area, and some in Africa and some in Brazil. These are the major areas from where most of the oil comes.
But there are dry lands there, right?
Yes, so oil can wherever there will be oil, chances are the the vegetation would be very low. There are chances because again, since the entire portion has decayed, so the geology of that area is not great. right? And that is why it is very dry area, and beneath that there are a lot of decayed fossil fuel. This is what there was a time when the Saudi could be filled with a lot of oceans, or it could be very green. But after millions of years, the geology has changed, and that is how we can find a lot of fossil fuel under the beneath that surface,
Okay, uncle.
right? And wherever there would be a lot of oil, you will not find good vegetation. When I say vegetation, natural like humans or plants, you will not find good vegetation out there. It is harmful for them.
So I have a doubt.
Yeah, please tell me.
Yes, sir. So you told that those pipes connect the oil excavation places and the oil tankers so that they can transport them to the oil stations.
Mhm.
So we can see that those pipes are near forests. So if those forests catch fire, then won't
Yes.
those oil catch
Good
fire?
question. This is a good question. So it does happen. Accidents does happen, right? But again, as I said, that these pipes are made with a material in which chances of getting fire is less, and all the precautions are being taken. And if an incident happen, there are humans deployed to immediately fix that incident. But yeah, incidents do happen, and we should be careful.
Sir, for that problem, instead of keeping the oil pipes above the ground, can't we go underground and then we can transport because there's like only 0.01% chance of getting fire because
You are
there's
absolutely right. What is your name?
Spandan, sir. Spandan Samantha.
I see you are really curious, and I'm really happy. So, Spandan, you are right. There are areas where there are underground pipes going, but there are areas where construction of underground pipes are not possible, right? So, for that reason, there are pipes which are going over the ground.
Uncle, I have a doubt. How do they construct underground those pipes?
Right. So they just dig the earth and they place the pipe. In Bangalore, you must be seeing a lot of digging is happening, right? So the same way they dig, they place the pipe.
Thank you.
Yeah, ma'am, how much time we have? I just wanted to have a time check.
It was until 12:30, so we have 6 minutes, but little bit 5 minutes above is also fine.
So I'll quickly skip this slide because these are major oil and gas companies. You must be seeing some symbols while you are traveling with your parents, kids. And I want to focus on this. So I see a lot of students have a lot of questions, right? And in case you want to make your career in oil and gas, then you could be either taking an engineering field or a technology field or a management field. Now I have listed like if you want to become an engineer, then you can become a petroleum engineer, production engineer, a drilling engineer, mining engineer, geoscientist. Who is geoscientist? Who really go and check the field chemistry. What is the chemistry of the field? What is the geology of the field? Whether there is a probability that you will find the oil, and after finding the oil, how much oil you will get from it, how much bacteria is present in the oil, what is the content of the oil. So lot many things happens there. Is the ground ready for digging? If not, then how much pressure we have to put to get the oil out of the ground, or we have to do some blasting inside so that the oil automatically comes out. So lot of these engineers study a lot of things, and for that you have to do bachelors of technology. You can do it in petroleum engineering, you can do a mechanical engineering, you can do civil engineering, electrical engineering, and you can also do environmental engineering, because keeping environment safe is really important for all the oil and gas companies, right? You can also choose a career in technology like robotics, artificial intelligence, machine learning. Now someone really asked me that what happens if it catches fire. So these days, instead of human, there are robots being placed who are taking care of these incidents. If something goes wrong, the robots quickly get into action and they reduce these incidents. Like if there is a fire somewhere, or if some construction has to be done, then robots generally take care of that. So that is in progress as of now. And again, you can do PhD, BTech in robotics and data science, and to get hold of these technologies. And in management, in case you want to go for a management field, you can be a project manager, you can be a finance manager, sales manager, marketing, or HR. Right? For that, you need to have an MBA degree, Masters of Business Administration, or you can become, you can do something in finance, pretty much, or sales or marketing. Any questions anyone has on this slide?
Uncle, I have a question.
Mhm.
Uncle, which company do you work?
I work for GE Oil and Gas, and now I am part of Baker Hughes.
Okay.
Right, and these are some of the engineering colleges or MBA colleges that you can really go to for. I did my MBA from Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow, and after that I joined GE Oil and Gas kids. Right, right. You should, but these are very good questions because if you have these questions, then only you will be able to choose your career or think about oil and gas. Now, if you see, oil and gas is really, or someone told me that it is really limited stock, right? So the entire industry is now moving to renewable energy. Anyone can tell me what is renewable energy?
Yes, sir, can I say? Sponsor?
Yeah.
Like
Sir, renewable energy means like, for example, sun. It will stay for like 4 billion years or 2 billion years. But then
Yeah.
petrol, as from the rate of consumption today, it will only last for the next 100 or 200 years.
Yes.
So it's better to be dependent on renewable energy sources because they will last a very long time.
Right, exactly. So you are absolutely right. So all the fossil fuel is going to deplete one day, right? And for that reason, since it is very limited and we should use it cautiously, all the industry is moving to renewable energy, right? And renewable comes from wind power, solar power, biomass, hydro. Hydro is through water, right? Right? And that is how this entire energy is being accumulated in batteries and then being transmitted somewhere. So these are the new form of energies which all the companies are exploring slowly, and in next almost like 40-50 years we will be shifting to renewable form of energy instead of fossil fuel, right? And these kind of energy is also safe for our environment, right? It causes really less pollution anywhere, right? So it is safe for humans, correct? Right? Any questions, kids? I am pretty much done. Uh, uh, Let me know if I can answer any questions from anyone.
So students, is it exciting and interesting for you to do something like this?
Mom, I never knew this much about my father.
See, now you know what your father does. Anybody else? Any question? I think they had quite an interactive session, so they asked the question while the session was on. Children, anything else?
No, ma'am.
So two things, kids.
You.
One, whenever you see next time oil and gas, you have to thank you the dinosaurs, right? Someone asked dinosaurs and plants. So once they decayed, they are the source. They became a source for fossil fuel for us. Second, whenever you are at a gas station or somewhere, ask your parents to use oil very cautiously, judiciously. We should not waste oil because it is limited and it also causes pollution. That's one thing. Third, whenever you are using a lipstick or a toy or any plastic thing, you should always remember that this always comes from oil and gas. There are folks who are really working 24/7 to bring oil, and that is how we are so fortunate to use these products from oil and gas, right? And these, if you see, these are the folks who are working on the site, on the sea. They are 24/7. They are working to dig oil from deep sea, from subsea, and these are a lot of machines which are being used. So what my company does, it really helps the bigger companies to get oil from underground. It digs the ground. It puts all these machineries. It once the oil is on the surface, it transports the oil to these depots where oil is refined. So my company really helps all the big oil and gas companies to generate oil from ground, right? And finally, You should really think, if you have to make a career in oil and gas, what exactly is your interest, whether you want to go to management or engineering, or you have to do technology. And finally, how we can really migrate to renewable energy from actual fossil fuels. Right? This is a message from this session, kids.
Sir, sir, in India, also GE produces engines like in Tejas and
Right.
Mark 1.
So GE is a big company. It is into healthcare. It is into aviation. It used to be into oil and gas. It used to be into plastic. So GE is a big company. It has its presence in various divisions. Right. I was part of oil and gas. I was part of previously corporate, and then I was part of oil and gas.
Okay, sir.
Any other question, children?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So thank you very much, sir. I think it is really thought provoking and it is more interesting for children because right now we are in our science also we are doing the renewable, non-renewable sources of energy. So this was quite related to that. And children, you must now, I don't have to teach you more about the renewable source of energy and non-renewable source of energy. You know it already. And you also use it. And the good part was that wherever it is applicable, that also you got to know about it. Like small things, they would never know that their toys and their all these gadgets will have all these oil and all plastic things actually, oil and gas. So that was very informative thing, and they got to know about a lot of applications of the oil and gases, and it is from the raw to how we use it kind of. So this was very good thing, and of course they now know about how environment friendly they can get with the renewable source of energies.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah. Once my office is open, I can take a couple of you kids to my office, and I can show you how the instruments and all work. Right.
that will be really good. We can have a field trip then whenever it's possible. I'll keep that in mind.
No worries, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, sir. Then thank
Yep,
you very
thank you.
much for
It was
this
nice
session.
interacting with you kids. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye,
bye.
sir.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Bye,
sir.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, you
Bye.
taught us well, sir.